Okay, I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing to make this quick and easy and organized. I took my Dollar Tree bins and I marked them with washi tape and the day. So Monday's meals, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursday, and Fridays. So they're all packed up there and ready to go. I'll just bring them down, the night before. And then pack my lunch and all that good stuff for work. So it'll just be nice and easy. I won't have to keep looking at that sheet. This booklet that came with the box, it actually has the daily, it's got an overview right there of the meals. But then it has each day. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to check off. I think it's just their way of getting you to track, and it does say, start tracking. So that's what I'll be doing each day. Oh, and it does have water, a little watermark down there too, which, like I've said, that's one of my things I got to work on. However, things like coffee and actually even soda, which I am going to try to avoid soda though, but tea and things like that, that all counts as water. So that's one good thing to know, that my coffee in the morning will count. However, the fact that I put creamer in it, that'll kind of detract from it a little bit, but I don't want to go completely cold turkey on everything that I enjoy, because I think that's what sabotages it a lot. So yep, little checklist for the 5 days, and that's it for now. Okay, now that I have my dinner out in front of me here, I don't feel quite as bad. Here's the lasagna. I mean, it is pretty tiny. It looks like there's 2 layers of pasta in there, and it's a lot of sauce. Here's my salad. It's the cup of the lettuce, and then I use some blue cheese in there. It does say to use low fat, but I did just use a tablespoon of it, but it's blue cheese, so I guess I so-called cheated there a little bit. And then instead of having the cold vegetables again, I wanted to have some warm vegetables, so I just have a cup of mixed vegetables here, and I put a tiny dollop of butter. I mean, it's not much at all. And then I did use pepper on both the salad and on my vegetables, so it never mentions using seasoning, and I don't know if I even read that anywhere. But I decided, pepper should be okay to have. And then I've got my water. So, doesn't look like a bad meal. Hey everyone. Day 1 here of the Nutri Systems. And I'm just going to read off what I had so far. This morning before I left for work, I had the Nutri Flakes cereal. And that was about a cup of bran flakes. And had some milk in there. And it was pretty tasty. And that was it with that. It was just cereal and the milk. And then our snack time at the daycare is about 9:15. So I had a cup, well, it's 5 ounces actually, of yogurt and 1 cup of blueberries. I actually had blueberries and raspberries mixed together right in the yogurt, and that was good. And I started getting hungry as normal around lunchtime, which I don't eat until 1. So that's normal for me. And then the lunch today was, you bag your own lettuce, a cup of lettuce, and then a cup of vegetables. And I chose carrots and tomato. That's what I had in mind, with some low-fat ranch dressing. And then also it was the fudge graham bar. And I gotta say that graham bar was really good. And I'd buy those at a store if they just sold those separately. And I came home. It was about 4 o'clock, and my snack was a banana and about a tablespoon of peanut butter. It was supposed to be what is this here? A cup of strawberries and 2 tablespoons of almonds. But I'm not a real almond fan, and I didn't feel like buying them, just for a couple tablespoons here and there. And I already had other fruits around the house, so I didn't want to buy extra fruit and have anything spoil. So, yeah, so that's it. And then it'll be dinner soon, which is lasagna. And yeah, and a yummy cookies after that. So far so good. Good morning, everyone. It is day 3 of Nutri Systems, and I thought I'd do a little video here this morning. This is the breakfast. It's the cinnamon streusel muffin, and I took it out already to show you how big it is. That is not very big at all. There's the palm of my hand, and there's the muffin. However, I will tell you, it smells delicious. I'll let you know how it tastes later. And then I've got my cup of coffee, which in the morning I do still put my creamer and a little bit of sweet and low in there. And today our lunch is, where is it there? Why am I missing it? Oh, my chili. No, that's dinner. Chili with beans up there. Oh, the loaded potato. And that's that one that was real shaky. Like, I think it's got to be mashed potatoes in that thing. So I'll let you know how that was. But what I've been doing is just kind of numbering them. I've got a system 1 to 5 on the taste and how I like it. And yesterday we were all over the board. Those cranberry bites were kind of, I don't know, almost like eating cardboard with a little bit of flavor in them. But had them with the coffee and it was okay. So yeah, just checking off as I eat everything. I've been taking this to work with me, and I got all my waters in. And I just got to tell you, it seems for the 2 days, it seems like about 3:30, 4 o'clock, it just hits me. And then it's like I have to go to the bathroom like every half hour to 45 minutes until bedtime. So at least at night I'm not waking up a bunch of times. So I'm hoping as I get more used to drinking all that water, which for me right now is consisting pretty much just of water and my coffee. I used to have 1 cup of coffee in the morning, hot coffee, and then I would take like an iced coffee to work and drink that there. So what I'm doing now is I'm having my 2 cups of coffee here at home, which I think helps fill me up a little bit more before I get to work, and then just strictly at work drinking water. And when I come home, I usually put a little lemon or lime in my water, and then at night with the snack or dessert I would have another cup of coffee, but just plain with nothing in it, no sugar, no creamer, just plain, but just for a little bit more flavor. It just feels more like a treat when I have that flavor in there. One really good thing yesterday was the white cheddar popcorn. It wasn't super cheddary. It's like every now and then you'd get a piece that had a lot of flavor in it, but it was still good. And the bag was an impressive bag. Even my husband was impressed by the amount of popcorn I was able to eat. So I ate that and drank my coffee while we were watching some of our favorite shows yesterday. I did get yelled at by him yesterday because it was broccoli, and I cannot eat warm vegetables without something on them. So I started putting this little sad face down there for butter. I did put a dollop of butter on there. It was like half of a tablespoon or whatever, and pepper. So yeah, so it's been going good. I gotta say, yesterday I felt less hungry. Not as hungry as I had the day before. So we will see how today goes. Hey there, I thought I would share what is in my lunch bag. In the side pocket here, I put the little booklet so I can check off as I go. I always bring a bottle of water because I already have one there. I just kind of keep rotating. This little container here holds just enough of like 2 cups of my lunch items there. I've been using this size little Tupperware container for my peanut butter or the nuts that I'm going to bring. This is the perfect size, the smaller container for the dressing. And that holds a cup of whatever the fruit is or vegetable that I'm having at snack, ice pack, and then the lunch. So everything fits in there really nice, those sizes. Today is Thursday. It's in the evening, and this is our dinner tonight. It is cooked broccoli, and this is the sesame ginger chicken that we're having today. And then I'm just finishing up some tea that I had when I came home. I'm actually eating later than normal tonight. I was hoping my husband would be home at 7:30, so I can't wait. He's not going to be home for another hour. And one thing I found out today, I was just curious in the noodles I had. It was a 3-cheese noodle dish for lunch. And I didn't save the package, and I should have, but it was 25% of your daily sodium was in there. It was like 600 and some grams. And I just got curious as to how much you should have of sodium a day. And a couple different things I found. First one, it said 2,300, so 2,300. But then it said that's the high end. So I continued looking, and it said that 1,500 is what you should have. So that 2,300 is a max, and 1,500 is what you should have. And a couple of the things, like when I had the cottage cheese today, it specifically said no salt. And I think part of the reason is the sodium content for the day. So that was over 600 grams of sodium there. This one, I looked at it, and that's got 600 grams. So we're talking, 1,200 right there. We're only 300 away from what they recommend. And then for breakfast, it was the muffin. And in this one, there's 220 grams of sodium. And then my snack today has 135 grams of sodium. So I know the package I got was actually their diabetes package. But yeah, I think they also want to be watching your sodium and stuff too. So yeah, I don't know if that's because it's packaged meals or, probably. So I think one of the things I'll be looking at as I make my own meals here is obviously portion, but I'm also going to have to watch that sodium content in the actual items themselves, and maybe come up with alternative spices to use. Because like the pizza, you had very little cheese on it, so I used some Italian seasoning that did not have sodium in it. So yeah, and I'm thinking for the vegetables and things like that too, where I just feel I need that butter and salt and pepper, which there is a little bit on this here too, just a very little amount of the salt, or the butter, which I know butter has sodium in it as well, and then just a dash of the salt and mostly pepper. But yeah, so that's just some of the alternative things that I'll probably have to look at. So yeah, so day 4 here, and today was good. The lunch was pretty good today, and I will have at the end of this video or in a separate video, I will go through the little booklet, and like I said before, I've been marking down on a scale of 1 to 5 how the meals are, and I will let you know, and then any other little things that I've learned. So I will see you tomorrow, last day. Okay, so I am going to walk everyone kind of through each day. I did some brief little videos each day, or just took pictures. I'll reveal, excuse me, at the end of this video how much weight I lost. Yes, I did lose weight, so that was a good thing. Excuse me. Day 1 wasn't too bad. I'm trying to think. I was hungry a lot, but when you're on that first day, you're just raring to go. And I started the system, I think I mentioned it, of grading everything on a scale of 1 to 5 on how I enjoyed it. And that cereal was pretty bland. So next time, And I even wrote notes on there. If I added sugar, I'd probably like it more. It did seem like enough, though. That fudge graham bar was excellent. And, oh, I forgot to mark down that I ate that lettuce. But I never had any of these. I just supplemented with my own things. And the vegetable lasagna was a 4. I did video that one before I tasted it, and it was pretty good. I was drinking 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and then I would either have coffee or tea mainly in the evening with the snack, and it just helped a little bit, but it was plain. Like in the morning, I was doing the sugar, a little bit of sugar and sweetener, or creamer, and then in the evening, no, I would just do the plain. And then I put little sad or smiley faces at the bottom. Mostly sad faces for if I cheated. And the fudge really was. It was like that little. But I just felt like I needed chocolate. And day 2, I gave a 2 for those bites. They were just not very tasty. They had craisins in there. But yeah, the flavor was just lost on those. The bean and ham soup, gave that a 3, as you can see there. I did add some Italian seasoning to that flatbread pizza, and that wasn't too bad at all. And I added butter and pepper to my broccoli this day, and then another day. And then this cheddar popcorn, it was a really nice portion. And I just put a sad face for the butter. This is the first day where I actually got in all of my water intake. I think each day I ended up being short maybe 1 8-ounce cup. Small but delicious on that cinnamon streusel muffin. These ones I ended up switching because I wasn't at work in the afternoon. And this was just an easier one to have at home because I didn't want my breath smelling like tuna at work. The loaded baked potato, it was like a mashed potato. It was like instant potatoes in there. And it was fairly decent. It was just very dry. So I don't know if maybe I didn't add enough water. So that might not be a fair thing to put on there, but that is how it tasted at work. And the chili with beans, it was one of those small containers. It was tasted well, but I just thought it was kind of tiny, to tell you the truth. So, and then that pound cake, that was really good, and I thought it was a nice portion. The cinnamon bun, it was really dense, I guess would be a word to say, just like it had all been squashed together. It wasn't a fluffy type of cinnamon bun, and that's why I got a 3. It tasted okay. I think it had enough frosting. I mean, obviously, I like a lot more frosting, but it was enough to give it that little bit of a sugary flavor on there. The sesame ginger chicken, that was pretty good too. Maybe a little too much sauce. I could have used, a little bit more rice in it, I think. But again, I get it. You're trying to cut out some of those carbs and things like that. And then the pizza puffs, it was kind of like the popcorn situation where it wasn't, super flavorful, but there was enough of a hint, of some cheddar pizza-y in there. And again, it was a nice portion, and they were nice little sizes, kind of like cheddar balls, that size. And this day, I had 2 things. I had butter on my broccoli, and then I also had one of those 1-inch squares of fudge. And then on day 5, the oatmeal was very good. I didn't feel I needed to add sugar or anything to that. It was really, really tasty. And I substituted peaches again for pineapple. The spicy Kung Pao noodles, it was a little spicy, but it wasn't one of those where I was afraid that one was going to be spicy and it would burn my tongue and I wouldn't like it, but it was okay. Wouldn't be something I'd probably choose if I had to, but it was still good. And in this section here, ended up my husband last minute was able to have off of work, and he wanted to go out, so he was a little concerned, oh, can you eat? And I'm like, well, you know what? I'll skip my afternoon snack. I was getting off at 3:30. Skip my afternoon snack. I skipped the caramel bar. And then I would just, eat nice at the restaurant. I mean, I have to learn to do that, right? So what I did was I ordered a salad plate, and actually the salad plate, here's my hands, it was the size of this book, basically, and it had the salad in it. $4 too, what a ripoff, hey? But anyway, I had just, salad, and then I had my salad dressing was on the side, and then what I did was I just kind of dipped, salad into that, so I didn't eat hardly any of the dressing. So that was good. I did treat myself to one mozzarella stick, and I just stopped at that one. And then I just had my one pizza slice, and it was cut into, they were 12-inch pizzas, and they were cut into triangles. So I just had one slice of that, and it was cheese, sausage, onion, and black olive on it. So yeah, and it was good. And then you can see on here, even though, and then I did have a little brownie at work too. That's right. They had these tiny little brownies. They had sitting there for 2 days. We had desserts at work every single day and all this chocolate, and I couldn't have any of it. I didn't feel as bad as I thought I would, but I'm like, man, and of all the weeks, So Friday I did have one of these brownies, and it was good though that they were cut tiny, so I didn't feel too bad. So I was like, it is what it is, and we'll see what happens on weigh-in day, and if I would get mad at myself then. So anyhow, that was that. So that's the booklet. It really did help having this all planned out, and I think this is what I'm going to try and do on my own separate sheet of paper is this. So long story short, and I guess I will share with everyone my actual weight. Let me see if I can find the page it's on. I'm not proud of this in the least, but you can tell by my videos that I am a large woman, and my weight is 232 on day 1, day 6, 224. So I lost a total of 8 pounds this week. So I'm very excited about that, and that is not typical of what's going to happen every single week. It will not. And I realize, for me, and this has happened in the past, when I've been on diets, especially, ones like this, I lose a lot of weight quickly in the first week or two, and that's only because really it's a lot of water weight. I mean, I was, going to the bathroom, and not to gross anyone out, but, just number one, but with drinking the more fluid than I'm used to, I was flushing my system out that way. So it's a good thing. But yeah, that's not going to keep happening because that's not healthy to lose that much weight at a time. So for the weekend, what I'm doing is just watching my portions. I'm eating the things that I want to. Yes, I'm having some chocolate, but I did those other days too. So I'm just being very careful. And I will continue documenting, maybe not every week, but keeping you abreast of what I'm doing to continue on the weight loss journey. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. And if there's anything additional you wanted to know about the system, let me know. Or if you have any pointers, I'd love to hear that as well. One of the things I'm thinking of starting is maybe doing some yoga just to kind of get stretching and stuff in before I start on any big vigorous exercise programs. So feel free to leave a comment below, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe.